how to get your hair to grow faster and longer. Okay, so there's many different tactics you can use to grow out your hair. As you can see, I used a couple, but it really depends on what stage you are within your hair growing journey, okay? So let's say you want to get rid of split ends, you want faster hair growth. I would say your best bet is not only to switch your diet, but to start off with oils. So some of these could include rosemary oils. Really, rosemary oil is very good for hair growth. I know a lot of people have been using it for a very long time. So I'd say rosemary is probably one of the most important hair oils that you could use for your hair. And you apply this to your scalp. Really, you can add it to your hair, to your scalp, and things like that. That will initiate the hair growth, okay? Another thing is eating less acidic foods and trying to make sure that your lymphatic glands and your lymphatic system is very clean, as that will not really help with the contribution to hair growth. It would contribute more to hair loss. So I would definitely look at adding things like black seed oil and things that will clean out that lymphatic system, which also includes eating healthier and really clean foods. You could do a grape diet where you only eat grapes for like a whole entire day. That'll cleanse out your system. Grapes will turn almost into a laxative and that'll clean out your whole entire body, your gut, everything. So that's really good. Another thing is omega oils. So this can be found in eggs and fish and things like that. But if you take omega-3s mixed with some daily vitamins, you'll find that your hair grows a lot faster and a lot longer, stronger. You'll find that you'll get highlights in your hair and overall your hair will look healthier. So when you start taking vitamins, you'll definitely notice. It takes a while again because it has to, introduce itself into your diet, into your hair and everything. It's not an overnight cycle, right? So, and again, I'd say the number one point is eating healthy, okay? So that would be eating whole foods, high protein meats that are clean. So like grass-fed beef, pasture-raised eggs, which is eggs, but it's poultry, pasture-raised chicken, things like that. That's very healthy for you. And also eating fruits that have antioxidants like pomegranates, also blueberries, that's one of my favorites, strawberries, things like that. Those will definitely help in overall hair growth. And again, maybe sometimes you can use grains and things like that. I personally don't, but you can have like sunflower seeds, almonds, things like that, and that will give you healthy oils from these nuts and seeds that will contribute to that hair growth. So really having a clean diet will be one of the most important factors when trying to grow out your hair. Another thing that you can add is sunlight to your day. So vitamin D, that will definitely help with the hair growth, right? So a lot of the time you'll see in the summer that your hair will grow faster, stronger, and it'll look a little bit different compared to the winter. That's because of the vitamin D from the sun that your hair gets. And trust me, hair loves vitamin D from the sun, especially natural sun because it's full spectrum. So it's definitely gonna be a lot better than going under red light therapy and things like that or in a sauna. So that also leads me to my next point. Whenever you're going to a sauna or especially if you're in a hot environment, try and keep your hair not too hot, as this can damage the hair, make it a little more frizzy. Especially saunas, it will dry your hair out of its natural oils and things like that. If you do use saunas, I would definitely suggest wearing like a cap or maybe like putting a towel around your hair just so it doesn't destroy it totally from the heat. You'll find more split ends, things like that. So that's definitely a factor. But I'd say also a number one factor is using shampoos that are natural. So I know two companies that I use personally is Kalia from British Columbia, and then also North American Herb and Spice. North American Herb and Spice uses very good ingredients, mountain water, which is something that you definitely want to be using, especially when it comes to your hair, as mountain water has different types of minerals. Again, North American Herb and Spice, great shampoos. Same with Kalia, I'm using those. So those are probably the most important things that you have to be using for hair growth, okay? If you're using shampoos that have folates and ingredients that you can't even read and a bunch of random stuff that you don't even know what you're putting on your scalp, remember your scalp is one of the closest things to your brain. And these shampoos get past your scalp into your blood-brain barrier, and you gotta watch out with that. So I would definitely recommend using very high quality shampoos. Kalia, great price. North American Herb and Spice, I'd say as well. Those two are great brands to be using for overall hair health and to ensure that your hair grows healthy, stronger, and longer. Again, also adding oils, like I mentioned earlier, to the tips of your hair, to the ends of your hair, and not cutting your hair, okay? I know it might be very persuasive to be cutting off your split ends. However, your split ends have antennas, and these antennas take 2 years to grow. I've mentioned this in previous videos. So I would highly suggest not cutting off your split ends, instead adding almond oil and different types of oils to the ends of your hair so that they repair themselves rather than cutting them off, as that can just stress your hair out and then your hair is not gonna be wondering what's going on. Another thing is bringing blood to your scalp. So whether that is massaging your hair like this, brushing your hair in the morning and at nighttime, those are the most sensitive points of the day for your scalp. So I would say morning, night, find a brush that works with you. Not all brushes work for the same purpose, but also the same people and hair types, like curly hair, straight hair. Everyone's gonna need different brushes. So I would definitely suggest finding a brush that works best for you. This is gonna take some trial and error. I use Tek brushes, T-E-K. That one I find works best for my curly hair without destroying it. So again, using a brush to really get the blood flow throughout your scalp, throughout your head, that'll help with dandruff and things like that. But again, it will stimulate blood to your scalp, which will ensure that new hair growth begins, and it really does help out with that. I know some people use, I believe it's called derma rollers around their scalp. I don't know if I would highly suggest that, just because again, you are opening up your skin, and you know, I think there's better ways to do that, which again would be like brushing your hair and things upon that. You can also get a scalp massager, those work. But I don't know, I'd say one of the best suggestions that I would have personally would probably be to be using a hairbrush. I find that that's one of my favorite ways to stimulate my scalp, as well as massaging it, right? So kind of like in like this, whether it's with your fingers, but kind of like creasing it, really, that'll be one of your best ways to stimulate hair growth. Remember, you want blood to get to your scalp, and that's really gonna stimulate that. Another thing is keeping your scalp hydrated. So if your scalp is not hydrated, you're gonna find that you have more dandruff, you won't have as many essential oils, because your scalp is gonna be very dry. So keeping your scalp hydrated will definitely help with that as well, but also keeping it clean. So again, using those shampoos I mentioned earlier, Kalia, North American Herb & Spice, great shampoos to keep your scalp and your overall system healthy. Again, like I said, your scalp is very close to your brain, so you wanna be using natural ingredients. Even if you make your own shampoo, you know, if you wanna go down that route, I would definitely suggest getting high quality shampoos. That's your #1 thing. Using conditioner also helps. I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but again, conditioner will help. Some people I know use coconut oil. Again, the rosemary oil for the scalp, but coconut oil for their hair, castor oil, avocado oil. Really, there's tons of oils they can use. Olive oil. I've heard a lot of different uses for a lot of these oils. So you can, some of these cooking oils like coconut oil, you can use it for cooking, but also your hair. So a lot of people have been using that for hair growth and for overall hair strength and making sure that it grows longer. Also, taking daily vitamins will help. As much as omegas help, the daily vitamins are gonna have things, again, some have biotin. I wouldn't really recommend taking biotin, as it's gonna make your hair and nails grow a lot faster. But then once you stop using these daily vitamins or stop using biotin, it's gonna go back to its natural process. It's not gonna be as strong and healthy as they were before, because your body's so used to the amount of biotin that it's not gonna produce as much. So, you know, it's like giving, I don't know, giving a plant water, so much water that it's always used to having water, and then completely taking it out, right? It's not gonna grow as fast, and it's gonna rely on that water. Whereas if you water it ever so often, it's gonna get used to that, and that's gonna be used to not having water ever so often and prepare itself. So you gotta prepare your body in that sense, right? So again, try not to take too much biotin. Maybe I would say look for vitamins that don't use biotin, or for ones that just don't use too much, because I know a lot of these use like a lot of biotin. So again, it will help your hair and nails grow, but I'd say that's probably your last resort, because you want your body to grow it naturally, not to grow it through vitamins and synthetically. So, and another one again would be exercise. So exercising will allow your lymphatic glands and your lymphatic system to purge all the toxins out, and that's usually how you get dandruff, pretty much burns your hair follicles. Moving your lymphatic system, cleaning it out, whether that's through a massage, you can use a back roller, but also exercise. It will keep the lymphatic system moving. So going to the gym, going for walks, runs. I highly suggest walks. Is probably your best way to get that lymphatic system moving. Couple hours walks, get some oxygen, and it'll definitely help out from that sense. Lastly, my suggestion, I would say, again, the shampoo is very important. One of the most important though is the water that you use for your hair. So I know I've mentioned this before, best water to drink, reverse osmosis water. What's the best water for your hair? Reverse osmosis water, okay? I understand some of these spring waters have minerals, vitamins, all of that. However, if you are, I guess, if you have a well system, if you have reverse osmosis water system for your whole entire household, you know, you're pretty clear there. If you're in an urban environment and you are using your tap water or your shower water, just normal, no filter for your hair, you'll find the chlorine, all the different compounds that are in that water are gonna destroy your hair, okay? So reverse osmosis water is gonna be one of the most essential, crucial points to make sure that your hair grows properly and that your scalp doesn't get destroyed and dried out through that chlorine, because you'll feel it even on your skin, how much your skin dries out. Imagine your hair, okay? And if you really want that positive benefit, you could use, I wouldn't say completely cold water, but maybe like lukewarm, not hot water, but like lukewarm, a little bit on the colder side. That'll definitely get blood flow to your head and your scalp, but as well, it won't strip those essential oils out of your hair. Which, you know what? Sometimes it depends on the day. You might need warm water, because it might you might need to get those essential oils a little bit out, especially sometimes with shampoo. It's hard to get out with cold water, conditioner as well. So sometimes you might need to use warmer water, but I definitely suggest using colder water, as it will help with your overall cleaning process and health process for your hair. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I do have some other videos if you want to check out, discussing, again, the benefits of reverse osmosis water, some other tactics you can use, some health facts. So make sure you check those out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Any tactics that you use to help with your hair growth that I didn't discuss in this video, leave those down below. Make sure you subscribe, and remember, create, innovate, and procrastinate. As always, it's the Matt's Lifestyle. Peace.